Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Morning of the Friday morning, and I'm here trying to reach my friends, and hopefully, you'll have a good day today. And let's start with a morning routine that involves really reflecting on some matters of life and also getting into uh, real morning routine that consists of working with the body, focusing the mind, and opening the heart, and getting ready for work. You know, and contribution, and having a generally good day of working joyfully and fulfillment and contribution, and then coming home, not stressed out by life. Right? That is the um, small thing I thought I would contribute, so that people can really understand what that is all about. I was listening to a couple of people this morning on a YouTube video, and one of the speakers, she put it beautifully from Hollywood to Himalayan, you know. So, from having the perspective of Hollywood, which is basically based on we think we are this body and we are this mind, and to Himalayan, which gets you to your real inner self. So that's kind of fit my narrative very well. So I thought I will explore that a little bit. She was talking about suffering in places like in India and suffering like in America. That was also very relevant to us. Suffering in India, she was saying it could be logistic, like you have a leaky roof, and when it rains, it is all pouring into the house, and you cannot fix it because you don't have the means or anybody else there to fix you, and your mother is sick and you cannot take her to the hospital because either it is not available or it's too expensive for you, or your kid is hungry, you cannot feed him and all. So that's one kind of suffering going on. But when you come to the land of plenty in America, all those things are there generally. With apart from the homeless general communities, they have all these things. But then uh, they have no peace of mind, and they're always running for something, and competition, jealousy, always going after other things, even though the small things are essential things are fulfilled. We are kind of, okay. So it's a question of understanding where our see where our life is and what's going on. If there's this suffering, what is the powerful way to really understand and then transcend the suffering? That's where they talk about inner diamond everybody has, and how to find that inner self, not just our body and mind, that kind of thing. That is the spiritualization of the life that ancients always talked about, and it is there for the people to explore if you want to, right? So that's what I kind of want to talk about in modern life. How can we really spiritualize and then understand life a little better and recruit our own inner resources that are pretty powerful, So that kind of thing is very good, right? So it's a kind of understanding that is very important. So listen to this understanding of me about transcending the suffering, and then I'm sure you have your own ways of doing that too. You can share them too if you want to. If you really look at it, you can say uh, that generally life is going on, and we're happy when you're kids, but as you go into the adult human being, we kind of have a lot of problems, right? Making a living is a problem. Once you make a living, getting ahead is a problem, and getting married is a problem. After marriage itself is a problem, and kids are themselves a problem. And uh, it has been a struggle, struggle, struggle. Do we have to be like that, or is there a way to be powerful, joyful, happy, and then do our life? See, ancient systems, they say, yeah, there is. So, what is it that going to be? How you are going to focus on that is really what is the examination of the ancient wisdom does, because there is simpler life, outwardly very simple life, and inwardly very rich life. Okay, that was deliberate, Whereas in modern times, what we did, we made the outward life very complicated, and then we struggle in that. But as a human being, we have this intelligence that can really, be enlightened, or be really um, inspired, and then comes out into the life in the form of implementation. For example, if you have distracted mind, going mind all over, you could focus, and then you can get everything to one direction, and thereby you can achieve what you want with focus and one pointedness, right? So that is there. If that is not there, then the focus is not there, where mind goes all over, then we will pursue everything half-heartedly, and then we will lie. So that we may call mindfulness, meditation, or just focus, right? So why we are not focused, why our attention is not really vast, why we are having the deficit of attention, that we cannot even watch 5-minute video, we have to watch, okay, few seconds video. It's going down. It used to be people can watch 1.5 hours of video, and now they cannot watch even the 5-minute video. They have to have few seconds, and they want to have only 3 seconds. So, how can you explore anything in 3 seconds? You may have some impressions, but not the deeper understanding, right? So, what is happening with the modern life about attention is, everybody wants to say something just because, and then they don't want to go deeper into that and see, is this what I'm promoting is good for people or not? Is this something that enhances their own understanding, and thereby their suffering will be less, but more like a just sell something for something, and that's it, that kind of you know uh, lack of care for ultimate human being, and also his inner peace and joy and happiness, that is not there. It's about just selling something, right? So what are we doing these things for? Why are we here for? Those kind of deeper questions people don't reflect, and that's why they're having the problems that they are having. Okay. So if you take the Western world, the suffering is internal largely. There are people who are homeless and they suffer physical, mental, and all that too. There are people who go to the army and then they fight and then they kind of have damage to bodies and the mind, and then when return back, they suffer. Negligence, they suffer lack of things and all that too. But the people who are working here, who are in the society, why are they having restlessness? Why are they having loneliness? Why are they committing suicide? Lots of people, even accomplished people. That is something really relevant to us who are living in the Western society too. You know, so this term from Hollywood to Himalayas, I thought that captured the essence very well. Hi Peter. So uh, when you look at that way, looking inside and staying with us, reflecting on what we are thinking, what we are feeling, that adds value to that. So the solution is not out there, but in within you. The power is not out there within you. This kind of a lopsided thing. People think that I'm feeling bad, so I can come here with other people, and then I can just get all the solutions and everything from somebody else. But the ancient wisdom says, no, you cannot get it from somebody else, but you can get it from you within your own interior. So sit down and reflect on these things and go and examine them, and then you will have the thought slowed down and also reveals you insights into much deeper aspects of. But for that, you have to do that inner reflecting, inner all that, right? So it's a question of turning inward and then really reflecting on whatever is going on in our thoughts, in our feelings, in our impressions, in our cognitions, all those. People think that they don't have the time for it. No, you will have time for it if you are interested in it. If you are really looking at a solution, then it will be there, right? So think about that. So if you think you are just this body and so you are just this mind, then you are Hollywood type. That's the description that they give. But if you are uh, human being has this inner reality of not just the thoughts and feeling, but also this intelligence to look at things in a objective way, and thereby we are not succumb to that. This is the inner reality oriented spirituality, not about gods and all those. The people can do that, but then if you really want to understand human suffering in the modern world, especially where there are basic needs of food, shelter, and clothing, all those things are fulfilled, but you never have this, right? So that kind of thing is very, very good. Okay. um, why that is not prevalent in modern society is our attention is always drawn outward to make a living, to do something outside, to engage in some play or some work and all that. Sometimes it is just needed just to make our ends meet, but that's not enough for the human being. He has to have a deeper rest and peace and really put your mind at ease, and because you understand things, and also you have focus, you have some love, not a lot of desires going out, but love oriented towards uh, something other than your family or your god or whatever, right? So those things are human needs, are there, and they are not really done well. Everybody has intellectual answers, verbal answers, but what it feels, suppose you are very afraid of political structures that are going on. That's not your imagination. That's not something that is happening because external events are provoking that fear. So, how do you understand it without hating the people who are provoking it? How do you remain steady in understanding, and thereby your path to action is clear? And then you don't want to pick up any quarrels, any arguments with people, but you want to raise to the injustice in a righteous way. That was experimented by Gandhi, and then he did achieve the liberation or independence from oppressor, right? So the same thing goes on with so many ways. Hi Shalu, how are you?
Fine, doctor. How are you?
I am great. So we are talking about suffering physically and also mentally, and we were using examples in India where there's a lack of housing, lack of medicine, lack of education, lot of things are there. And people suffer leaky roofs and disease, mother, lack of food for the kids and all that. Not all, but it is there. But also the American way of, apart from the homeless people, many communities have these basic needs, but they mentally suffer because they cannot focus and they cannot control their emotions, and they are depressed and they're anxious about things and all that. So we were talking about solutions for suffering by spirituality. Okay. I'm just giving you a summing up because we have been talking about 10, 15 minutes on the same topic. So,
Okay, doctor.
so, so it's the solutions are within us with this kind of suffering, not the other way around, right? So it's a question of really understanding that um, the solutions are there, but we are not finding the way to reach it. You see, uh, it is kind of inner reflection and really observing our thoughts and understanding why those thoughts are coming from external stimulation, and really changing your life such a way that you are making your outward life as simple as possible and make the inner life rich with uh, understanding that we have over the years, and really living that way. A lot of people have given us the experiential knowledge, their experiential knowledge. But the key is we got to experience ourselves. Just not listening and then verbal understanding is not enough. You got to experience it, and your own experiential knowledge gives you the wisdom what is what. Like, for example, you have a fire, you go and touch it and it will be hot, right? So it's experiential. Like that, you suffer negativity or despair or kind of no chance of getting better from the situations outward, and you understand that kind of desperation, that kind of frustration as you experience. Now, how you go beyond it is also your experience. Once you go beyond it by identifying, I am just thinking of temporary things that are really getting getting out of whack right here. But actually, I don't have to be worried about that, because my inner diamond that I can discover is something much more encompassing everything of my life, and then keeps my mind quiet and then peaceful and really focused. Whereas physically also you get better because you are not stressed about things, you are not reacting in a negative way that breeds the negative hormones, stress hormones. But because you are calm and quiet and serene, your body also becomes better. That kind of. So, inner realization, inner spiritualization is the way to go to really understand the suffering and transcend the suffering. That is there. So it's a kind of discovering a joy, discovering uh, happiness, and discovering tranquility within us, and basing ourselves, anchoring ourselves in that, and facing the life. That becomes so much easier. At least for me, that's the way it has happened. That's why I can get up and talk about this all the time. There are ways to really come to that state. There are yogas, there are tai chis, there are zen. There are so many mind body practices that you could do, like we do the morning yoga. People can do this and can be more settled and not reactive because of the deep breathing. Then they are more oriented towards contributing to life, giving to something. Thereby, you are not selfishly working, but you are working selfless, right? You can cultivate that and then get the joy of giving, and then joy of being grateful for things that you already have, which is like a abundant attitude, not a attitude that I don't have this. In Hindi they call it kami. Kami attitude. Kami means lack of things. If you approach that, I don't have this, I have to get it. That's one thing. But if you already are abundant in this, and then you see the abundance flow out in everything else too. Does that make sense to you, Shalu?
Yes, Dr. Rao.
Yeah.
Dr. Rao, my one question to you is, I'm talking in relation to young generation now. It's something that bothers me is, I don't know, that is okay to ask, but then yes, uh, there is something in my mind which I really want to is, we as a generation, we, for us, we are ready to do for our parents, for our children, anything required, or in terms of. But what I see, the young generation which is coming up, they really think where to spend, to what extent, I don't know. As these things are bothering me.
What things?
See, we as the parents don't think anything to for our children to buy, or do anything for them. But then I feel that, if once the children start working, they they manage their money very wisely as compared to we parents.
So, what's the question?
Question is this: whether it should be hurting, or it should just accept how things are.
So, you are expecting your children to spend on you.
I'm expecting the way we take care, they should also
That's
not
what it
think.
is. You, because you took care of
Yes.
your parents, you expecting your children to take care of you.
In fact, we take care of our parents and children both.
I know, but what is the complaint against children? They are spending for
They
themselves.
are they the way we are thinking for their all everything? I don't know. I might be wrong. It is too early to say. But then, few thoughts are troubling me. I think they are very wise in their investments
So,
and
what
their
is your
things.
complaint? You say they are wise, but you say there is a problem. What is the problem?
Problem is this: we are not so calculative. I feel, but the generation coming up
Yeah. So, you
are
are
different in
saying
that
that
part.
kids are calculative, and so they are
Yes.
not wise. In
I
that.
don't know. I'm supposed to ask this or not here, but then, yeah, I felt so. So
No,
I
no,
just
there is
put
a
it as
fundamental thing what you are asking, Shalu. What it is, are we getting more oriented towards the material things, including money, spending, and all that? Or are we more into caring about people? See,
Right.
money is a medium,
Right.
So your question
Yes.
is where the kids are getting
Yes.
more materialistic, not
Yes.
feeling wise. Okay,
Yes.
that
Yes.
that
Yes.
is because they are not getting education from the parents. They are getting education from the outward sources. The phones and everything, the world is in their hand. You know, it is giving facts and information, but not the vivek, the wisdom. See, that's why if you care for people, your parents or your kids and all that, that's kind of value you grew up with because your parents did the same thing too. But now that authority is shifted from you to the devices. They know more about the world through the phone than you. See, that
Right.
shift of parental uh, guidance and everything is gone because they are not looking to you to answer. They are looking to the um, all these devices reaching, and then different cultures, different uh, practices. They're all reaching the kids very young, and before they know what it is. That's why families have to do things together. you know
Very
families,
true. Very
yeah, families have to do kind of, they have to eat together. They have to if they have a spiritual practice, do it together. And they also study together. What they study, what they want to learn, and all that is important. See, what we are doing, we're sending to the mechanical schooling, where they teach some subject, they get the skill of doing some things and all that, but they don't get the skill of studying themselves, understanding themselves, because parents have to teach it by their behavior. Parents may not have the time because they're too busy working, two jobs sometimes. So people are lost in the way of making a living rather than understanding how to live and teach it by example to the children. They may not even come to
very
you. Yeah, come to you. That's why don't go at the speed. Kind of uh, reduce that, and also during the time also you can use it for your own understanding. This is why we call it self knowledge. For example, you go to the work, what kind of attitude you have? Are you going to serve the people that are coming to you, or are going to think like this is a means of me to make my living? Generally, people kind of virtualize that working for a living as the big deal. But in the ancient time, that was simple because their desires were simple, their needs were simple, and so they didn't have to work so hard. They had so much time to sit down and really reflect, and inward riches were there. And that's why they don't have so many outward things that you have to do, multiple desires. They are all converted into love for the God, a love for the knowledge, love for really understanding, and all that. So that inner love is there, so they were able to give it to the kids and the old people. Whereas modern times it reversed. So outward things became more important than inward peace, inward love, inward quietness, and all. Don't you think so?
very true. Is it wrong, doctor, on parents' part to expect?
No, no, it's not the wrong. But why do you need it? Why are you not rich by yourself? That's the question. If you
There
are,
is one is a richness which I am pretty independent.
no, no,
I
not with
I
money, not with money. Richness of inner self, inner love, inner friendship, inner giving, and all that. That is the richness people are lacking. You may have materialistic richness, but that becomes wasted, or that becomes really not important after a while. The people who have money, they don't care that much about the money because they already have it. But then the people who don't have money, they want to get it because they need that. But there is a state where you don't need external riches because you are already internally rich. See, inward poverty has grown because people have given importance to outward things, getting things, and getting lost with the time. But if you turn inward and discover your own inward happiness, joy, and all, that is the diamond we talk about. Human beings have that, and not getting in touch with the ignorance. And that's why a lot of suffering is. You get
Mhm.
it? You get it? Yeah,
I understand this.
yeah,
What they're trying to say is inward happiness
yeah,
is something we should be looking for, we should
yeah.
feel
See that how can the
contentment
kids
in.
be in this when the parents are not like that? See, we are allowing the society to go outwardly and then giving all the education, everything to other devices. Phone teaches them because they have everything in the phone. The world is coming to them. So before, parents were the authority, and then they kind of allowed the TV or radio only as they wanted it. But now it is in their hand, in their bedrooms, in their sleeping, and so they are being bombarded by this constant stimulation, right? So we don't know what they are learning, which culture they are learning, where they are doing. See?
And they feel that they can survive by themselves
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. They
they
do.
don't need us.
It's not a question of need, it's a question of they are getting already. They don't have any need, because they think, "Oh, I can figure out everything by myself. I have the means for it, and I can do that." If you want your values, then you should have spent time with them, inculcating those values. But lots of times the life is so busy, people don't have time to do that, and they don't pay attention to it. Why I'm working so many hours? What I'm doing with my family? How am I inculcating these values in them? People have to consciously make time for that, and they don't have the will because they are driven by external circumstances. You agree to this contract, you have to work 40 or 80 hours a week, and then if you don't use it, you'll be punished. You'll be getting the money, but then you don't have any meaning in life. That's what is happening to many people, right?
Right, doctor.
Yeah, that's why
Right, doctor.
we look at the, you know, at least do this practice. I don't know you're doing already, but one day in a week, I'm just going to reflect on whatever going on in my life. I'm going to understand what is shallow, what is deeper. And then I am going to see what is not really making sense to me and what is thrust upon me. That kind of reflection of what is going on in your life, not with any judgment, but just. And if you do that, then you will see this superficiality in outward life is taking over everybody, sweeping the cultures away, sweeping the practices that family had find away. So all these external things are superficial that are not going to be lasting. They take the highest priority, and that is considered like a virtue. Oh, I'm work-minded. I'm doing this and all that. But what is the work for? Is it helping people to enhance themselves, or is it making them more weak or more nervous? More see, many police officers, for example, they go and do the crime fighting, right? But then in the process, that affects them too. So they go and do the nonsense with their own spouses, and they have a very high divorce rate. So how do you look at that? Is the police officer going and trying to do the job, but then he has to encounter a lot of criminal, lot of deranged minds, and that affects him. Right? So you take a doctor. He goes and works tirelessly to fix the people that are damaged, but he has no time to fix the causes that are causing the damage, right? He just dresses them on the symptoms and send them out again. They use the same, process for sedentary activity and restlessness and all, right? Like that, these people get burnout. They burn out, right? And then they burn out and they come and say, I cannot focus. I don't have any enthusiasm for my job, and I really I want to get away from the field, or I want to commit suicide. All these extremes are seen in doctors that are burned out. See what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have to bring them back to see what they are doing, what they are missing. They have to figure out, and what they have to really see is what is meaningful for me, what is really purposeful for me, where I'm going for empty things that are I make a lot of money but doesn't make any difference when I'm feeling like this. So that kind of stopping them, reflecting on that, and then by going through all that Atma Shodhana, we call it, okay, self reflection, self investigation, self quest, not according to such a model, but according to what is really dharma, what is really right for everybody. Once you look at that perspective, then you will see, oh, I'm greedy, that's why I'm working like this, or I'm raised with a mentality that I have to work, 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 and then you will not. So you could reduce your hours, and then allot them such a way that it is makes meaningful for you. Even after so many years, people want to do the same way, even though they don't have the energies. Why? Because you're mentally conditioned about it. So first thing is figuring out how conditioned we are according to the society, according to the propaganda and all that. And then unlearn that. Don't blame the children, don't blame the elderly and all that. What is understand your own self. That's all you can do. Then transforming yourself makes an impact on other people that you are interacting with. Make sense? Shall we?
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. So it's not a
I'm
question of
understand.
you are also a victim as well as the kids are of the culture, of the evolution of this external orientation versus internal orientation. See, human beings have this beautiful cognitive ability and intelligence that they can turn these things around. Okay, only thing is they have to take time, they have to take look inward, not just justifying just because they are verbal or erudite. They read a couple of books and they know about it, and then that's it, they want to tell everybody. But what is your experience? How do you feel? See, for example, I say, as a human being, I am not restless. That means I'm kind of stable. I have this feeling of unalloyed happiness all the time, joy, and really not suffering so many reactions like I used to before I really understood what the ancients were talking about. They were not talking about do this behavior only. They were talking about how do you think, how do you feel, that also examine. And out of that, your behavior, everything comes. So if you don't do that and you expect the children to do that, because that is what's happening. We parents don't have the time to spend with the children. We don't have the ability to stop these outward influences. And that's why by the time we realize they turn completely somebody different. They're like a guest walking through the house. You feed them, you give them medication, everything. After that, they say, okay, your need is done, I'm gone, and I'm going to live my own life. No sense of society, no sense of family, no sense of country, and all that. That is happening, and they think they have.
Dr. Rao,
Yeah,
I'll just add on in
yeah.
this one thing. Sorry to
Yeah, go
speak.
ahead. Go ahead.
Uh, So my entire thing where I brought my company to there, why did I start was, my kids used to go to Toys R Us and they would enjoy those those cars, making of those. And I really felt it to be, yeah, at that point of time it was expensive. It is expensive for a normal person, those joining, connecting cars and making it. So I would see that they would ask me that somewhere made me that I shouldn't be asking anyone. I should create this. From there to today, signing appointment letters, giving other so many people work, whatever been happening, hike in their salaries, testing done for the same entrepreneurs. From there to this journey, it was only initiated. I did it only for my
Now,
children.
these are all
It's
external things you are talking about, Shalu. I'm pointing you to the internal things that were neglected because of so many societal, cultural, educational things that happen to us as a humanity. But what I'm pointing out is focus on inner aspects of happiness,
spending
yeah,
time
yeah,
talking, loving.
those
Yeah,
things,
I
affection,
understand.
loving, those external things I don't care about, however they are, but the internal things are important. First take care of them, then the external things will be minimalized, and then people won't be fighting this much. That's where making the daily life spirituality, like, is very important. Then you will breed kids that are giving, loving, and also contributing to something other than themselves. Here, what we are promoting is do things for you. We're going to do things for you. You are the one who is important, and kind of spoil them that way. And also, when they are given this iPhone very early, and that iPhone smartphone is giving the world to them, and the world is influencing in its own way, and nobody to direct them. Schools don't do that because they are occupied with the curriculum. Parents occupied with the work they have to do, and also they don't have an introduction to this looking inward. That's why how many times people sit down and reflect, what happened today, what did I do, how did I behave, what are the consequences of it, and then they don't take time to reflect on the speed of life. Uh, So-called making a lot of money is kind of an ideal, and everybody is sucked into that. But if
We're
you,
all running behind that
yeah,
materialistic
yeah,
world.
that is the
So
problem with the modern age is we are always going outward, and that's why we are having so many problems. But what I'm saying is, on an individual level, you could change your own inner instincts, inner thoughts, inner feelings just by sitting down and reflecting on them, and then finding the way that is more of the society out. The giving nature is built up. Then what happens is you are bold, and then they will give you for that. That used to be the circle, because they said childhood balyam, then younger adulthood yavanam, and then middle age, like or youth to middle age, that is called gruhastha, where the these persons worked and then made the livelihood so they can feed the kids and also take care of the old people. And the old people, their job is to turn inward and find this wisdom and give the wisdom to these young people in the stream of life as they encounter problems. So that combination worked really. Kids are carefree, young people just learned there's craft and skills, and the grahastha, the householder, ran the house, so the kids and the older people are taken care of. So the older people kind of did not do work, but then they did the major decisions of life, so that the young people are not stressed out about major things, and they learn the life skills. All that culture is evaded. It was there in America, it was there in India, it was there in so many places, right? Traditional family, traditional understanding, all of them together. Now, making everything selfish, nuclear selfish, and then within the nuclear family, everybody is selfish for their own thing, without really realizing as human beings, we have to realize we are all human beings. That oneness, that one family thing is really slowly eroded, so that everybody is for themselves. And then when they do that, we complain. But the circumstances is something, either you are not aware or you are aware and you don't care, or you care but you don't know how to do. People are going through this, so individual families may go through it, but this collectively, this is what is happening because of our contribution individually too. The kids that are looking for themselves, they are exposed to the culture that is promoting that. Buy this for you, have this for you, everything is like that. Then they are really raised in self-centeredness. When they act self-centered, we blame them, but then we raise them like that. We allowed other influences to raise these kids like that. So observe, study deeply these matters, then you'll understand from where we have come to where. From the inner realization of our superpowers to weaknesses outwardly, dependent on the outward things all the time. That is the spiritualization I'm talking about on a daily life, where you can discover your own inner strengths and come to life with that abundance. Then you don't need anybody to take care of you or anybody to do. You just live the life as it comes to you, and also you become the source of the power and nourishment rather than expecting other people to nourish you. That is the power of the spirituality in
Very,
you.
very true, doctor.
Yeah, spirituality, that is the one we need to practice. So ask this question. I was earlier, I was listening to a couple of people, and what impressed me was what they said about from Hollywood to Himalayas. Hollywood being identifying with body and the mind and doing everything at that level and going through so much turmoil inside. Whereas Himalayas is about inner strength, inner power, and that will encounter the outward life easily.
True, doctor.
Yeah. So,
What I'm realizing is it's just that, that just the superficial
hmm,
thing what we are thinking about is
yeah.
major loss is where
You see, as
you
a
give
human
time.
beings, we also are hungry. We need shelter. We need clothing and all that. We need.
We
But
need food.
yeah, no, that is our basics. But then that is not everything for us. After we get them, what is our mind doing? What is our thinking doing? What is our consciousness doing? That is important because we are aware. Animals, they just go by the instincts, they eat, they kind of do, and then they die and all that. But human beings, we have that special intelligence of remembering things and making a lot of lessons out of it, and then improving our life down the line, and also imagining certain things we can do for the future, and do our stuff so that our future will be okay. That intelligence is not used. That intelligence to be used, you should really understand how to use it and how to not to be consumed by other things. People don't have time to reflect. Many people say my talks are boring. Why? Because that doesn't cater to their external needs that they want. They were, oh, whatever you say, tell me in a few seconds. That's it. But they don't have the time to have this. But the consequence spirituality is, I talk about serenity in my mind, clarity in my mind, and really emanating all the difficult answers for the difficult problems, just like that. So life becomes like you are piercing through the life of river, but all the problems of the river or everything of the water, it is not coming into your boat. So you travel through the life, and then with much more clarity, much more guidance, much more direction that is clear to you, and also easy, effortless. That is the beauty of having the spiritual power within you. It's not ego. It's not something you can down. It's a kind of how you react to challenges in your uh, see, it's a question of understanding those, right?
Right.
So that's why the focus that we have now on external life is really robbing us a very important uh, opportunity or skill to develop this inner resilience. Once you have that inner resilience, you go through the life, like what I said, piercing through the life of river without allowing the water to come into your boat. Otherwise, now what is happening? People are allowing the reactions of negativity, depression, anxiety, restlessness, jealousy, or whatever the desires, and all the, they come into your boat and they are sinking because the weight is so much. Why do people have to lead a life thinking, oh my God, this is so difficult? Oh my God, I have so many difficulties, because you are not cultivating the energy or the power that is there in you to really go through the life very easily. So what happens is external difficulties or internal strife will not be there when you are really spiritualized, in the sense we are all one. We have this inner abundance, and I can always encounter the life situations with this. Did you get a gist of what I said, Shalu?
Yes. So
Then
I think
actually, yeah,
I'll
actually,
be
you
very calm now for
yeah,
the things,
yeah.
what I understand is there should not be expectations also.
No, you won't have
And
expectations because you yourself have the cup full. You
yes,
see, you have the
but
cup.
that we have it in the form of love, care,
No, no, no.
also.
That is
But
attachment and love, and that is different. What it is you won't expect anything because you yourself are rich inside. Not the money. Don't put richness means money, not the external things, but internally, you don't have any levy. You don't have any coming, because you are completely full with love and affection and energy and all that. That is the beauty of discovering that in the spiritual quest. Many people don't even understand what is spiritual quest mean. It doesn't mean just going and praying for something. That's okay, but that merely gives you focus of the mind. It doesn't give you this intense love. Suppose you are practicing bhakti yoga, loving yoga, then in that love for the God, only the one matters, nothing else matters. So they are not materialistic, they are more like a spiritual when they are believing in God and doing all that. In that path, if they go, they become very rich inside because they surrender themselves to anybody. So there is no you asking for anything, not even God also. You just loving God itself is good enough. That is the true bhakti yoga. Look at Meera, look at Kabir Das, any of those bhaktas, they are completely really involved in that. That is the bhakti yoga. Like that, there are so many paths that you can realize your inner self. Suppose you are working and you work selflessly, and then you contribute to the society, that itself becomes a path where you realize your inner richness, because you are giving, because you are very rich inside. So that kind of thing cultivated continuously. Suppose you are wanting a restful mind, not restless mind, and very calm, very serene, very tranquil. You can achieve that state, and realizing that nothing really bothers you, in the sense the reactions won't be there that intensely. That is also there. Okay, any of these paths, if you follow them sincerely, they will lead to that inner abundance. Because the inner abundance is not gained easily and not understood by many people, People feel like, oh, I'm rich with money, and that's why I'm okay. Hi, Mabel. Nice to see you here. I haven't talked to you for a while. So it's a question of understanding that. Yeah, let me bring Mabel. I call her. Uh, I haven't seen her lately. And hi, Mabel.
Hi, Dr. Rayo. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wake up.
Good, good. I'm talking about the inner riches, Mabel. You know what it is.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I just hear that. I love it.
Yeah. Because, I was listening to somebody this morning. They said from Hollywood to Himalayas. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, they were saying Hollywood is more like about body and mind, but Himalaya is about your inner self, you know. So
Mhm.
if you think only that you are body and mind, you are limited, right? But if you discover your own inner diamond, which is your inner self, the soul or consciousness, whatever, that is very empowering, Meva.
Yes, yes, yes. I totally agree.
Yeah, like I'm relating to my situation where I'm calm all the time, no matter what the external
Yes.
circumstances are, and that nurtures me, right? And also,
Mhm.
I nurture other people too, because drawing to the attention of their own inner diamond.
Yes.
See, Mabel has the diamond within, and then once she's in that, she is abundant.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes. I always it's one of a kind that you have to have it, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not um like it's a deep.
deep,
You have
yeah,
to
deep.
dig it.
But we all of us have it. That is the beauty
Yes,
about it. Yeah, and then we have to turn and really realize that. That's all.
yeah, that's right.
This outward life pulls us out of there, but you have to figure it out so that you are really with it, and then you will be able to understand what I'm talking about here is something right there in front of our nose, like
That's true. That's true because especially right now, our society is
yeah,
too much.
yeah,
It's really too much.
yeah,
It's easy. Like it's very easy to get judged
yeah.
without knowing who you are. Like
Exactly.
wow, these people are calm down.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Once you are stationed within yourself, it's so much easy to handle life. That's my point.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right.
See, that
Totally.
lady was asking a question about she took care of her kids and then her parents and all that. She has the spirit
Uh-huh.
of giving to the kids, but now the
Uh-huh.
kids don't have the same spirit
Oh, yeah.
because, like,
It's
you are raising your son, right? You are raising your
mm,
son not expecting anything from him because you love him, you want the best for him. But
exactly.
yeah, when you become old, he doesn't care about you, then you get hurt and you expect. But suppose you grow
Mm-hmm.
old gracefully and you don't need anything from him, how well off
Mm-hmm.
you are.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
setup we had the setup where the kids and the older people are taking care of the middle-aged people who are working and who are making a livelihood. But we knocked that combined family and all that, and now everybody is for themselves.
Yeah.
How many parents are devoted to their kids, Mara?
It's a lot. Oh my
Uh,
God. Sometimes I am one of them. I
yeah.
am one of that. But learning how to be like, you know what? Sometimes it's okay.
Mm.
It's okay to just give time to yourself.
Yeah.
Give time to yourself. It's okay that it's not about perfect. It's not about perfection.
Yeah.
It's okay, for me having that I have to have my time, my me time is
Yeah.
very very powerful for me because I have to reconnect myself.
Yeah. That's important. That's what I'm talking about. reflect and spend some time with
Mhm.
yourself. That is the
Mhm.
actually I give the most importance. It's not selfish. It's like kind of
Mhm.
staying with it. Actually, I have more time, more energy to serve others because of this inner quality of really reflecting on what's going on in my mind, what's going on in my heart, and then really getting over that and really establishing myself as an inner reality. I treat body and mind as my tools. Is much less suffering that way. Body and mind they suffer, but then when you are in a real self, you see the suffering as an object and act on it and come out of it. That's a very important way. That's why spending some time on inner reflection, not according to some conditioning, but really seeing what it is. Suppose you are fearful, you will really get over fear because you are aware of it and you are thinking, what am I really afraid of?
Mhm.
That question itself brings both why you should not be fearful and how silly it is to be fearful. Suppose you're fearful of dying, everybody dies
Mhm.
eventually. So once you have the reflection, then say, okay, when I die, die. Why do I have to worry about it now?
Mhm.
The person who is fearing or die, he is dying all the time. He's not living, really.
It is. It feels like if you worry, like if
Yeah,
I have that before, I
yeah,
have that before, but it now I'm okay right now. I'm
yeah,
in this moment I'm okay, but I'm just telling about way back then, like if you keep worrying, it's like you are drowning
yeah,
totally. Like, oh my God, I cannot breathe. I feel like I'm swimming that I don't know how to swim, and then I start going down and down, and then
yeah.
and then once you realize, like,
I
oh my
can
God, let me take a deep breath, and
swim.
maybe I need help, or maybe I need somebody, or
Yeah.
and then once you realize that you just go back, just go back to yourself, like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's how
I
we
have
kind of surmount the fear. We kind of overcome the fear, right? By really by yourself, And once you do that, you have the power of overcome the fear, and that is the abundance I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Your own capacity, your own way of getting out of these things. That's why when the suffering comes, it could be a lesson. It could be
Mhm.
something that you could improve your life. You may find the
Mhm.
reason for the suffering and eliminate it. Then you become
Mhm.
abundant.
Yes.
See, that's why the mind is tranquil, heart is full of love, and your
Mhm.
body is full of energy, and you are
Mhm.
loving what you are contributing to life.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, is
That's
it?
totally
Yeah,
true.
it's coming from a cup that is full within.
Yes, yes.
That is what we are not trying to get. That's what I'm saying. If you reflect, you will touch that fullness that is already there within you.
Yeah. Because you know what, Dr. Rao,
Mm.
I just observed that it's easy to say, like, to complain.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
easy.
this
Yeah,
is this is this this is what I observe.
very
It's
practical.
easy to
Exactly. Yeah,
complain that, oh my God, think
yeah,
about it. Why are you complaining? You have everything. You
yeah,
have everything in here.
yeah.
You know,
Exactly, exactly. No use
this is
of complaining.
only
It's already
this,
unnecessary. Yeah,
this is only a material things, or just
yeah.
it, it, for me, that's what I observed, that that in myself,
Mm.
I don't allow it to
Yeah.
complain,
See, you are
because
not
after
conditioned by the culture. See,
yes.
you are over the culture and you're living here, but at the same time, you are not influenced by the culture that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is, that's the thing, like, you know what,
Yeah.
it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Everything is really okay once you have that attitude. So,
Yes.
yeah. Let us go and do our morning routine. The the morning routine I do, the physical, mental,
Yeah,
and
I have
okay.
that. Oh, thank you. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Rao, for
Yeah,
your, for giving me the morning routine, the
yeah,
tips that I I'm using it, that it give me power.
yeah.
It give me power, not only today, but as long as I will do that, it's
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I do it every day with my friends, so that I'm going to go into the see what I started. This is 7 to 8. I'm kind of
Mm-hmm,
talking about general things,
mm-hmm,
that will I call it like a oasis for wellness.
mm-hmm,
Things that people don't raise, I raise them, I discuss them, I welcome them to come and contribute, and all that's going well. And then from 8 to 9, we go to the regular morning routine. The
yeah,
stretching, the breathing, the paying attention to be here and now, and also
mm-hmm,
observing our thoughts like objects. And then cultivating three attitudes of non reaction and to events, and responding to them without emotional reaction, and really cultivating the attitude of service and taking both wins and losses equanimously. Okay, so let's start doing that. Hi, Janet. I was trying to reach you because there was a um Zoom meeting I called for my friends on Saturday night. So I'm going to send it to you. And that is about my trip coming up to India, a spiritual homage. There's a book and there's a documentary. I was going to take my friends' suggestions and assistance and guidance. So that that comes out very good, and some other people are very interested in that. So I thought you would be too. So you don't have to do anything; just join us and participate. Peter is coming, and also I would be happy if you come too. So I will talk to you. Call me. I don't somehow lost your number. That's why I was not able to call you. And then I'm not able to leave messages on the new wire because when I touch somebody to send the message, it is hanging up. I don't know some technical problem. So call me and then I will tell you about everything. Okay. Let's do our morning routine now, and we are going to do our stretching and breathing and all that now. Okay, so let me push this chair away and stand up and do the stuff. Okay, all right. I think they can see me on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook group, and also on Instagram, and they can hear me on this other place, Noom Vibe. Okay. All right. Let's stand with our feet together as close as possible. Watch your balance, but I can put both of you together. And then we'll start doing. Okay, I see Janet's number. Thank you, Janet. I will going to use that and then we'll come there. Okay. So I'll give you a call at that number. Okay. So let me take a picture of this. Then I will keep it myself. Okay. Okay. All right, I took the picture of that phone number. I have that. I'll call you. Right. Okay. Thank you, Janet. So let's start with the breathing. Three different types we do. The first one is like a bastrika. You do it on an empty stomach, mostly before the meal, 3 times a day. Do it 8 times. Each time you take a deep breath through the nose, as though you're sucking air from the umbilical level all the way, and abdominal wall raises as you take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, abdominal wall goes towards the spine. So you breathe in for 7 count, hold it for 4 count, and then breathe out for 8 count. You do 8 times like that. Okay? All right, let's start. Halfway, 4 done. 4 more to go. 3 more to go. 2 more to go. Last one. So that is the Bastrika. You always start all pranayamas with that. And now second one is Vegani. So, okay, raise your hands, show it to the camera, elbows bent. As you raise the hands and extending the elbows up over your head, you take a deep breath in. And as you bring it down, breathe out. Like that. Okay, speedily. That's why called Vegani. Vegani means speedily done. Okay, and the third one is clasping both your hands, keeping under the chin, elbows bent to the side, and the elbows raised to the side above the shoulders, and head goes back as you take the deep breath in through the nose. And on the top, open the mouth, whisper the word ah as you breathe out through the mouth. Slow, deliberate, deep breath. Four more. Three more. Two more. Last one. You can do as many times as you want. At least 5 minutes if you do it. That's much better. Okay. Do that whenever you have a chance. Okay. Those three are preliminary. Now we're going to do some spinal bending. Okay. First, clasp your hands together and show the hands to the camera by extending your elbows front, and then take the hands above your head all the way, and then extend your elbows to the top. And now turn your body to the left side, and then turn the head over the left shoulder to the back. 3 breaths. These spinal twists really wake us up. Okay, any inertia, any laziness, any sedation, anything like that will go away. Turn the body to the right all the way, and then turn the head over the right shoulder to the back. Look at something in the middle of the back. Come to the center and lean back. Take your hands, elbows, shoulders, head and neck to the back as low as you can. Press both feet front. Come to the center and take the hands down towards the knees, and you can place it on the knees if you want to, and then bend forward at the lower lumbar spine and release the hands and go down towards the feet or close to the ankles and hold on to the legs there. Keep the knees straight. Let the head fall down with the gravity. And come up, one vertebra at a time, and relax. 3 breaths here. Now, the second twist. Get the right hand to the left shoulder and left hand to the right shoulder and place it there and hold on to the shoulders like that. And now twist the body to the left. and twist the head over the left shoulder to the back. Be here and now by focusing on the breath, by focusing on the sensations in the body. See, we are stretching and we are deep breathing. We are keeping our mind here by focusing on the air coming through the nose in and out. Okay, and then to the right. Twist the body first. Keep the feet straight and then steady, and twist the body to the right and turn the head over the right shoulder to the back. Look at something in the center of the back. Come to the front. Now lean back. Take your head and neck and the shoulders to the back as low as you can. And come to the center and lean forward. Let the head go down with the gravity. Keep the knees straight. Straighten them if you have to bend a little bit to come down. And come up and release. Take 3 deep breaths. Even if you are not tired, do this. Okay? And now we'll do right hand to the left hip in the front and left hand to the right hip in the back. And twist your body to the left and the head over the left shoulder to the back. Three breaths and then come back to the other. Come to the center and release. Okay. So we're done with the spinal twisting as much as you can. Okay. And now we're going to do some simple stretches showing our hand to the camera, left hand up. You're seeing the palm of my left hand, right? Then take your right hand and pull the fingers of the left hand towards you, bending the wrist also. Straighten your elbow, you'll get better stretch. Put it down, the left hand is fingers pointing down, then pull it towards you with the right hand. Do the same on the right side. Right hand is up and that is pulled back with the left hand. Point it down, right hand is fingers pointed down, and now take the right hand and pull it towards you with the left hand. Three, okay? And now hold on to the elbow, left elbow with the right hand and pull it towards the right shoulder. Do the same on the opposite. Right elbow is pulled with the left hand towards the left elbow, left shoulder. Place the hand on the left shoulder and hold on to the left elbow with the right hand and push it up. Push it up all the way. Simple, right? But then effective, okay? And then do the same on the other side. Always do both sides of the body, equanimous. That's how you become harmonious. And come down. And now we're going to do, hold on to the left wrist with the right hand and elevate it above your head and pull it towards the right shoulder. Do the same thing on the other side. And release and come down. Raise your hand completely and then hold on to the elbow and push the whole hand with the elbow straight towards the right shoulder. Do it on the same on the other side. And release. And raise both hands to the side and do the circles at the edge with the fingers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And lower down. Take 3 deep breaths here. Raise both hands to the front and turn the palm outward and swim. And you bring your both hands to the back so that both scapula are crushing a imagine pencil in between them. 3 breaths. Bring the hands back. Again, raise them a little bit above your shoulders. Turn the palms outward and take them. Swim as though you are pushing the water to the back so that the palms are facing each other in the back and you are crushing a pencil between the scapular bones. Come back. Raise one more last time and turn the palm outward and swim and bring them back. Release and lower them down. Okay, and now we're going to do some leg exercises. First of all, raise both your hands up, and then come upon the toes. Lift the heels, both of them, and be steady. Be steady. And now bend your knees and go down and stay on the toes for a while. 5 breaths. Lower your heels and come back. That's a little bit of chair, but with some challenge. Okay, by raising your heels, you'll get it. If you cannot raise that balance, that's okay. Okay, but at least hold on something and do that. That is okay too. And now we're going to keep our hands on the hips and go down, bend your knees, and as you come up, breathe out and contract the buttocks. Squeeze the buttocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that is for the knees. Okay, now for the hips, you can raise your hips and then hold on to the right knee with the right hand and bring it up so that it presses on the abdomen. The thigh presses on the abdomen. And put it down as you take the deep breath. As you breathe out, bring the left foot up and hold on to the left knee and press it on the abdomen. That is for the hips. Now place your hands on the hip joints like this, and then rotate the pelvis to the right front, left back, and right back, like that. Okay, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Go opposite way. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Okay. Now release the right hand so that it goes down and touches the right thigh like that. Then elevate it so that elbow is straight and palm is down, and then turn the palm upward. Now bring the whole right arm up so that the right arm touches the right ear, elbow is straight. Now go to the bend to the left side. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. Lower the right hand and put it on the right hip. Now release the left hand, elbow straight, fingers point down. Now elevate the whole left arm to the side. Turn the palm upward and bring it all the way up so that the left arm touches the left ear. Now bend to the right side. One. You will have stretch on the left side. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, lower the left hand. So we have come from the toes, ankles to knees to hips to pelvis to side of the abdomen. Now we're going to do the chest wall muscles. Place both hands one on the other at the breastbone. Elbows bent to the side. Now release the right hand to the side, extend the elbow to the side, palm facing forward, and now twist the body to the right as you take a deep breath in, and turn the head over the left shoulder to the back. And as you breathe out, bring the hand back with elbow straight. Now do the other arm. Turn to the left. Turn your head to the staring at the left palm. Breathing out, bring it back to normal. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So we are down to the shoulders now. Okay, elevate and put it down. Elevate when you breathe in, and when you breathe out, bring it down. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, that is for the shoulder. Now raise both hands to the side, elbow straight, and turn the palm upward, and bend at the elbows and bring the hands to the shoulders, both of them. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, and lower them down. Okay. Now raise both hands so that they face the camera and do the wrist movement up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just the flapping the hands up and down. Now tuck the thumb in and put all the fingers on the top of the thumb and do the up and down movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now turn the wrist to one side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open the fist and make a fist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower the hand down. Okay. Take 3 deep breaths before we go to the neck. Okay. Now we're going to come to the neck. Look straight and then take deep breath and turn the head to the left. And breathing out, bring it to the center. Slow, deliberate, paying attention here and now on the spread neck. To the right. Deep breath in, turn to the right completely. And now breathe out and come to the center. That is one rotation to the left and the right. Let's do 4 more. Take deep breath in, turn to the left. Slow, deliberate, don't be in a hurry. The more calmer inside you are, the better these things go. Okay? So be here and now. Keep your mind off anything that's not related to here. 3 complete, 2 more to go. One more to go. Okay? Now, back and front, head over the neck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And now we can do the neck bends to the side. Okay? I'll do an intense way to do that is bring the right arm over the head above the left, catch hold of the scalp and pull it towards the right. Slow. Be gentle. Release the neck and do the opposite. Bring the left hand over the head, adjust above the right ear. You hold on to the scalp and push it towards the left. Okay? That is for the neck, you can do the circumduction, complete rotation. What you do is, as you bend your neck forward and chin touches the chest, take a deep breath in as you sweep the left ear over the left shoulder and the head goes back to the center, to the back. And then as you breathe out, bring it over the right shoulder and bring it to the front and chin comes to the chest. Okay, do 2 more. One more. Now stop and do it in the other side, other direction. And bring the head up. Some people may feel really dizzy. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, so if you feel dizzy, stop it. Don't force it. Okay, and then consult me or consult your own doctor to see what can be done about it. Okay, and now we're going to do the facial. Okay, come to the right cheek with the right hand, elbow bent to the side, and press the right cheek into the right hand and right hand into the right cheek. 3 times. Release. Do the same thing on the side. Bring the left hand to the left cheek with the elbow bent to the side. 3 times. Now place both hands on the temples and press and release. Press and release. Press and release. And also put your hand on the top of the forehead and press and release. On the top of the head, on the back of the head, and on the side of it. Press and this is acupressure yoga that you can relieve all the tension in those muscles. Okay, you can do that at the afternoon, in the evening also when you feel tense like that. Okay, now we have done the head to toe. Let's sit down and do our breathing exercises and then we go to the Shambhavi Mudra. You remember this exercise is about 2 A's. First A is about awareness, awakening, and alertness. Okay, once you have that first A, and then you have the alignment of 3 B's: breath, brain, and the body. All the three are aligned. Okay. Now, 2 A's, 3 B's are done, and we also have EEIOU. A for awareness, alertness, awakening. E for energizing the body and everything with the breath. I for really having some insights into how our body is functioning. Okay, if you can understand that, that is good. Okay, um, so there are tensions in the body, or there's a way your mind is running. Those are the insights, how they are working, not according to anybody, according to what you say. O is the Omkara, that is, we split into 3 letters: A, U, Ma. A, when you do the resonance of the sound, like saying ah, then that resonates with the energies in the abdomen. U with the energies in the chest, and Ma in the neck. Okay, there are what are called nadis, which are energy channels. They are not be seen anatomically, but they are functional ways of how our energy travels. Okay, like meridians, the chain is described, but the nadis are before meridians. That's why. Okay, now let's start abdominal breathing. 3 types. In these 3 types, they are very difficult ones if you don't have good abdominal health. Okay, so be careful and do it only if you don't have any abdominal problems or histories or surgeries. Okay, so first one is called Kapalabhati. You keep your spine straight, and then what you're going to do is you're going to expire the air through the nose as you press your abdominal wall into the spine. The whole thing happens in one movement. Okay, that you do 60 in 1 minute. Okay, let's keep our spine straight. Okay, 60. Now take a three deep breaths, and now we're going to do Agnisara, where you breathe out completely and hold the breath there and move the abdominal wall up and down while holding the breath. 20 times I will do. Okay, there you go. That is Agnisara, metabolic stimulator. Okay, be careful how you do it. Whatever you can do, only do that. Okay, don't press yourself. Don't compare, don't compete. Your body will tell you when it is enough for you. Then stop it. Listen to it. Slowly you can advance. And the third one is three bandhas. Bandhas are locks. While you breathing out, you lock the lower abdomen. That's one. Upper abdomen. That's two. And bring the chin to the chest. That's three. And hold that position, not breathing for a while. First, breathe out. Breathe in and come out of it. Now we're going to do Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. Get your right hand ready and use the thumb and the ring finger of the right hand to close alternate nostrils. First, use your thumb to close the right nostril gently, and then take a deep breath through the open left nostril. Close your mouth. Now close the left, release the right, and breathe out through the open right nostril. And now take a deep breath through the open right nostril, close it, and release the left and breathe out. That whole thing is one cycle. Let's do four more, starting with the left. Two, three, four, five. Okay? You can do 5 to 15 minutes ideally. Okay? Depends upon your capacity and your time. Now we're going to do the bumblebee. For this, take your thumbs and close both your ears. Keep them closed like that through the exercise. Keep your index and middle finger on the top of the forehead. Close your eyes and put the ring finger on the closed eyes. Let the little finger hang around the mouth. Close the mouth. Take deep breaths through the nose, and while you're breathing out, make the noise like a bumblebee. 5 times. Taking deep breath in, come out of it. You can do as many times as you wish. That is bumblebee, my favorite actually. Now we're going to do Auma. Okay, that's okay. First, take a deep breath and open your mouth and utter the word ah. You know, 5 times. You breathe in, breathe, do that, and then oh also you do 5 times. Each time you take a deep breath and do that. And ma 5 times. Let's do. Okay. Now we'll do oo for the chest. Now the last word ma. 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 With that, our pranayama, our breathing exercises are done. Now we're going to the U part of the AEIOU. U represents universal consciousness that is there in all of us. We are all one in that. So we identify, we anchor in that conscious being. Okay. So when you breathe in, affirm that you are the conscious being. When you breathe out, get rid of the attachment to the body and mind. Say, I'm not just this body and mind, they are my tools. But I am really the conscious being. That is the exercise we are doing. I am not the body and mind, but I am the inner conscious self. Okay. Lot of your suffering will go down if you establish yourself in your real inner being. Anchor yourself all day, and once you have that, everything is transcended. Okay. So it's a very profound practice. Real yoga is to really identify ourselves as our inner being, as our inner self, and staying there. Okay, that is yoga. Okay, union with that universal conscious already within us as we are. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. When you breathe deep breath, say Ko hum so hum. Who am I? I am this inner being. And when you breathe out, we hum na hum. I'm not just this body mind complex. And then you go deep. Okay, let's start with the deep breath. For this, you want to put your hands in Dhyana Mudra and put it down and tilt your head a little bit and keep your eyes closed, but keep your gaze vision, in between the two eyebrows, in the middle of the forehead. Tilt your head a little bit. Now start doing that. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am this conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. They are my tools. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. Ko hum, so hum, de hum, na hum. I am the conscious being. I am not just this body or mind. They are my tools. With that, 10 breaths are done. And namaste. I hope you will get anchored into your real self and stay like that and do everything. That is yogastaha kuru karmani. Staying in yoga state, you do everything. Immense benefit. Thank you, and I'll see you again on Monday. Bye bye. Okay. Everybody wants to come up on the Noom Vibe. You can come up now. I can talk to you.